just gonna jump right into this today because this has just been burning all in my spirit. Now, in the previous episode of the Professor Blackmore Case Closed Legal Hot Topics blogcast, I broke down cold hard facts directly from the criminal court indictment surrounding the arrest of Richard Brandon Coleman, the husband of Cora Jakes Coleman, aka BishopTDJakes' daughter. And the details were so heavy that I had to pause and regroup. And so today, I'm gonna pick back up where I left off. Hi there, I'm Professor Blackmore, and welcome back to my channel. And I wanna preface this by saying that this is part 2. And so you wanna make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell so you'll be notified when I follow up on this, because the facts are so earth-shattering that you don't want to miss out on a single solitary minute of details. And if you want to get caught up, I highly suggest that you watch my prior video on part 1, and I'll place a direct link in the description section below. And before I go any further, I just want to mention that everything being shared here will be based on alleged facts, inasmuch as I have over 20 years of litigation law practice experience in civil and criminal law. And I want to remind you that we're all considered innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. And so, as many of you may know, Cora Jakes' husband was arrested on or about May 4th, 2022 for the alleged, and I quote, continuous sexual abuse of a young child or children, end quote. And this quote is taken directly from the records of the Ellis County Sheriff's Detention Center in Waxahachie, Texas, where Cora's husband remains in custody at this very time and moment at the Wayne McCullum Detention Center jail on bail set in the amount of $150,000. Now, this quote is also taken from count 1 of the 5-count indictment. And the thing that struck me so hard in my last episode was reading the information from count 2 of the indictment, which states, and I'm quoting directly, that on or about July 28, 2021, and before the presentment of this indictment in the county and state aforesaid, Richard Brandon Coleman did then and there intentionally and knowingly cause the penetration of the sexual organ of AC, a child who was then and there younger than the age of 14 years of age, by the defendant's fingers. Now, that's tough. And although the entire indictment, including all 5 counts, includes some horrific information, even more guttural than reading the actual sexual action of the allegation, is reading the initials AC, because Cora and her husband's last name is Coleman. Now, because of alleged fertility issues suffered by Cora Jakes, her and her husband adopted their 2 children. So it does cause my eyebrow to raise when I see this C as the last initial, because his and her, Cora's, last name is Coleman, and their adopted children's last names would be Coleman. And so when I read the initials AC, it just took my breath away, because their adopted daughter's name is Amauri Noel Coleman. Now, let me be clear. This is a completely alleged supposition, because all I have at this point are initials. But when you put this together with the further allegations in the indictment, i.e., that the child is, quote, younger than age 14 years of age, well, I'll just let you make up your own mind on that, okay? But now, if you go back up to count 1, you'll see that these events occurred in 2 different counties and on 2 separate dates that they can prove up in the indictment. But I think we all know that it most likely happened on probably even more than one occasion. And so I'm quoting directly here that on or about June 10th, 2021, through August 11th, 2021. So that's over a period of a month. But if you look at the rest of the counts, they specify only 2 occasions, July 28th and August 11th. But continuing, and I'm quoting, June 10th, 2021 through August 11th, 2021, Richard Brandon Coleman did then and there during a period that was 30 or more days in duration, when the defendant was 17 years of age or older, commit 2 or more acts of sexual abuse against AC, a child younger than 14 years of age, namely aggravated sexual assault of a child and indecency with a child, end quote. Now, this is a lot, people, but this count tells me to stay tuned. It says to me that they are still investigating these allegations and we may likely see additional charges here. And also, when it says, quote, when the defendant was 17 years of age or older, this language is to prove up statutory rape so that you won't have a child 17 years old trying to get out of a rape charge just because the person is 17 years old. So say, for instance, when you have a child who is 17 years old having sex with another child who is 14 years old or younger, and they try to say, well, that we both consented, well, this is a workaround for that particular problem. So it clearly sets out the dates that you have to be able to prove statutory rape because of the issue of consent and the question of how old can a person be to consent, and that small problem that you have of a person being a certain age, being able to get out of certain offenses because they're a juvenile. So here it is clearly defined. And so this defines that if you're 17 years old or older, a person who is 14 years old or younger cannot consent to sexual activity in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Now, in an Instagram post that has since been deleted, Cora states, and I quote, "It is with a heavy heart that I announce that my husband and I have decided to divorce. This is a private and personal matter, and I kindly ask for your prayers as I prioritize myself." Okay, well, she should have prioritized before now, but anyway, as I prioritize myself and most importantly, my children's well-being at this time. God bless. Yeah, a lot of that, I agree with her. Yeah, at this time, because we kind of wish that you had prioritized the well-being of your children before now, but that's not for me to say. But anyway, now this is all very interesting to me, and I want to see how the Dallas County Family Court is going to handle this, because if they live in Dallas County which if you look at all of the court records connected to her husband's criminal court case, the address reflected has a Dallas address. So her divorce involving any issues surrounding or regarding the parent-child relationship between the children and her husband means the divorce would have to be filed in Dallas County. Now, you know, they have a lot of judges over there at Potter's house. And so we'll have to see what's going on with all of this. But you better know that I have been looking for that divorce petition. And unless the court has it filed under seal, it does not appear that she has filed one yet. Now, I'm hearing from some people that they have a copy of it or a copy of it is posted somewhere. But if I can't pull it myself and or verify that it is an actual court record, I'm not going to bring it on here. And if she has not filed for divorce yet, I would find that odd. Because if it were me, that divorce petition would have been on file the same day her husband was arrested. That's for sure. Or you can best believe I would have been waiting at that courthouse the next morning, waiting for them to unlock that door. You better believe that. Now, the indictment makes note of the sexual acts taking place also in Tarrant County. So it's possible that they possibly reside in Tarrant County. And if they reside in Tarrant County, then this divorce would have to be filed as per family law in Texas. The divorce would have to be filed in Tarrant County or in the Tarrant County District Court, Family Court. And the Tarrant County District Court just does not have an online friendly public record site like Dallas County. But if it has been filed, I'll find it. You better believe that. Now, on another note, up until now, Cora Jakes was identified as the Potter's House Children's Church pastor and the director of the Children's Church Ministry. But if you now visit the link on the Children's Church Ministry page of their church website, you'll see that the page has been taken down as of now. And it appears that they have tried to sanitize the site as it relates to Cora Jakes. Now, you'll see that she is still appearing in the virtual Children's Church weekly message videos, but her appearance is buried deep within the middle or the body of the content, and she's not the lead like she normally would be. And so I find that also very interesting. And so in my final analysis, I guess I'll just have to say, I'll give Miss Cora the benefit of the doubt and assume that maybe she has filed the divorce and maybe the court must have it under some sort of seal, or the divorce actually has been filed. It's been filed in Tarrant County and I just don't have a copy of it yet. Because honey child, if it could be found, believe me, I would have it. And so as you know on here, I ask and report and you decide. So what do you think? Do you think that Cora is serious about divorcing this man? And maybe she's filed these invisible divorce papers that can't be found nowhere? Please let me know by leaving your comments in the comment section below. And in the meantime, before you go, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. And I also want to ask that you please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell so you'll be notified whenever I post new videos, because you don't want to miss out on one single solitary minute of details regarding this hot tea. And please also follow me on TikTok and Instagram.